What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Monday, August 19th. In today's video, I want to share with you some recent news regarding the market transaction and trading volume returning back to the Runes ecosystem. Yes, the Runes ecosystem is coming back. We're seeing it's dominating BRC20s, but also everything else that's happening on top of Bitcoin and Bitcoin itself. And that's going to pay tribute to the Dog Rune token, because the Dog Rune token is positioned very well to be at the very forefront of major gains once this Bitcoin bull market does happen. So I'm going to share with you everything in terms of data, but also I'm going to share with you charting and analytics regarding the Dog Rune token, so you can kind of understand what to expect hopefully in the next week or so, because I will be gone on vacation this Wednesday and we'll be coming back next Monday. So let's go ahead and cover it in this video. Let's not waste any time. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page. And most importantly, please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So right now the Dog Rune token is hovering around a 290 million market cap. It's been hovering around 290 to around 300 million market cap for the past 7 days. It's been consolidating and trading sideways. Now this is also in tangent with Bitcoin. As you can tell, when we compare this with Bitcoin's price, it's almost exactly the same. Nothing's really gone up or down in terms of price. But you know what? If I go over to Genie data and I sort the holder count by the largest holders to the least amount of holders in that order in the entire Rune ecosystem, if you look at Dog of the Moon, it has around 81,336, and believe it or not, it has the largest market cap amongst any of these other Rune tokens that have a larger, higher holder unique count. So sooner or later, I think this is actually going to flip all these, because this one actually has the largest community. And since there are many more wallets rotating their funds from these other Rune coins back into Dog, and especially from Ethereum and Solana over to Runes and into Dog, this is definitely going to grow much higher, both the holders and the market cap. Now let's look at the amount of unique holders today, because again, just a few days ago, 81,300. Believe it or not, today, 81,900. We've garnered 600 more unique holders over the past 2 days, and it continues to grow. This is equalizing out with the market cap. Now, let's look at Forbes reporting digital assets by top Dog meme coins in that order. Now, if you look at over the past 7 days, you're seeing that Dog of the Moon has performed the best, over 4%, while every other Dog meme coin has actually gone down either 13% or lower. So that's really crazy to see that a dog such as Dog of the Moon, built on the largest liquidity pool on top of Bitcoin, which is $1.1 trillion, is doing much better than these other testnet coins on smaller, lower cap blockchains such as Ethereum, Solana, Binance. So right now, we're just waiting for the top developers to create the tools to make it very easy for people to buy Dog of the Moon, and also top tier centralized exchange listings. But again, they will probably list this token based on the demand from the community and the trading volume. No matter what, this is the only token under $1 billion. Sooner or later, this is going to be above $1 billion and higher. So anything below 500 million is my buy zone average. Now let's look at what's going on with the Rune ecosystem. Why are we seeing more traction and more attention going into Runes and Ordinals? So in this recent article by Kitcoin News, now Alan Org, who was interviewed by the Coin Network, said this: the 4-year Bitcoin cycle may be evolving rather than dying outright. Recent data from Cambridge Bitcoin Electricity Consumption Index suggests a shift in mining patterns, with energy consumption potentially peaking before the halving. This change could be driven by the new primitives like Runes and Ordinals, which have reignited interest in Bitcoin's programmability. So miners, before the Bitcoin halving, were making a ton of money. Then the Bitcoin halving happened in April, which cuts the rewards to Bitcoin miners literally in half. So they're not receiving as much revenue. So the day that Runes was launched, these miners were receiving a ton of money, like millions of dollars in mining fees, but that's slowly dwindled. Now these miners are left not getting the amount of rewards that they were having before the April Bitcoin halving. So Runes and Ordinals is actually a way for them to receive more revenue once the Runes and Ordinals markets begins to gain traction. And this is why I want to share with you the data, because the miners are the ones that we need to care about. They're the ones that are validating all the transactions and all the blocks on top of Bitcoin. Now, one thing that could send Bitcoin, Runes, Ordinals, and everything on top of Bitcoin to the moon, ending into this whole bull rally, is in September, If the Federal Reserve, aka Jerome Powell, lowers interest rates within the US, you can see a lot of things like stocks, tech stocks, and even cryptocurrency and Bitcoin go in an uprise into new euphoric levels. It definitely start that trend, but most importantly, runes and meme coins will definitely be at the forefront in pushing that narrative to the upside. Again, lower interest rates is what we want to expect in September, and everybody's crossing their fingers that that's what's going to happen. Now, Binance News, which is officially associated with Binance, started paying attention to what Leonidas had to say and has been reporting on Leonidas and runes quite a bit lately, and I'll share that with you. But basically, in this article, they're basically saying that in the next 12 months, because of what we're seeing in terms of stability at Bitcoin hovering around 60,000 to around 70,000, this is crazy to see that this could be our new low and we're going to set new all-time highs. And this could be a new perspective for the potential for the growth and resilience in these digital assets as the market continues to evolve. So pay attention to Ordinals and runes right now in the bear market, which are performing quite well, holding almost better than most volumes on Solana and Ethereum, because once the bull market happens for Bitcoin, you can expect these digital assets on top of Bitcoin to do really well. Now, let's focus on runes' return in terms of market transaction and trading volume, because look at this. We were seeing for quite a while that we were seeing kind of a retracement and a pullback of interest within runes, but lately we just saw a huge spike over the past 3 days. This is a major spike. I believe these are the smart investors, the whales, also the institutions, the people who are sharks, buying in when people fear the market, buying everybody's bags at a specific discount. But this goes to show there is renewed interest within runes. That's really important to pay attention to. But more specifically, how much does the runes protocol account for the Bitcoin transactions over the past 24 hours? Roughly 69%. That is crazy to see that just returning out of nowhere. So 69%, we're seeing a 5.58% increase within that amount of volume growing. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Let's talk about the dog rune price. Let's look at the charting and analysis. So this is the dog price. Now what you need to pay attention to is the MA cross. We're looking for the next golden cross, which we saw way back here on May 21st. Now right here, we're kind of at the same line, hovering at that same level of around a 290 million market cap. And it's bouncing off of that support level. We bottom out at around 160 million market cap, almost close to around 180 million market cap. That was our all-time low. Now that we're at this new support level, we're waiting for this red line, which is very important, to cross the green line, because that's what we saw here. When the red line crossed the green line, we were in a 20-day bull market and sent us to around a 970 million market cap. Then the death cross happened, and then we were in a bearish sentiment. We saw a fake out for a golden cross here and here, but this is the very first time you can see it very close up. Look how tight that is. That is looking for a breakout to the upside. Now, if it breaks to the downside, yeah, we could possibly see it levels down here around a 230 million market cap, but that's going to be immediately bought up. We're going to see this go right back up to the upside. So if we break this red line across the green line, we have to break the resistance level of 340 million market cap for a new price target of around 460 million market cap. And another thing I want you to pay attention to is the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. Have you noticed that this purple line has been above the yellow line for almost 3 to 4 straight days? That's insane. That means if you see this yellow line is curving to the upside, this means that right now it's showing us a projection that we could be breaking out of this, forming a golden cross at any moment now, if it's in the next week or so, and we could go into this next new bull rally for dog. Now, another thing I want to share with you is that right now we are in Bitcoin DeFi summer. It has begun. Runes 2.0, which went from alpha to beta, has just begun. And the most important thing is that you need to focus on is that the dog season 2 rally could be up next. We saw the first rally that took us all the way up to 970 million and higher. Now, with this new retracement, we could expect another bull rally. And if you look at this specific diagram, I've shared everything with the community, but pause right here if you need to and look at this specific slide. You need to pay attention that runes makes up very little of Bitcoin's $1.2 trillion market cap. You see that dog, just specifically dog, makes up a small amount, a 300 million market cap out of Bitcoin's 1.2 million market cap. Look at Shiba Inu on Ethereum, or maybe Dog with Hat on Solana. This has the most exposure for growth compared to any of these other dog meme coins on this lower testnet chains. Now, if you look at dog in terms of percentage wise, only currently makes up 0.02% of Bitcoin's total market cap. If you look at Ethereum and Solana, their market cap is completely oversaturated with meme coins, which means that you will not see substantial growth or gains because there is low liquidity that's being thinned out on these other meme coins. But there's not enough liquidity on Bitcoin to be spent in meme coins because the tools haven't been created yet. So if you know how to buy dog right now using Xverse or buying it on Magic Eden, you're way ahead of everybody else, which is very huge. And if you think about it, if dog either makes a 1%, 5%, or even 10% of Bitcoin's market cap, you can see the price of dog and its market cap increase to $5 billion, even $29 billion, even $58 billion. That would be crazy. Now, as a conclusion and statement, I'm sharing this all with you. I want you to understand way ahead of time before anybody else, and only on this channel will I talk about it, dog is primed to explode in this next rally. A lot of people are going to be focusing on these other meme coins, on all these other testnet chains, but they're not going to get the substantial gains because they're not built on Bitcoin. So it's up to you to decide with the data that I provide you on this channel to make your own decision, to do your own due diligence and your own research. I'm only an entertainer, not a financial advisor, but I want to provide you the tools so that you can be positioned in the best way possible for this next bull rally. So with that said, please support the channel by smashing this like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding Dog of the Moon. Until then, see you guys and girls next time.